Hello everyone, I'm Anshika, and today we are here on this channel with another video and solving an easy problem, that is missing number, and it is also your problem number 268 on Leetcode. So first we'll begin by looking at the problem, understanding what the solution might be, and then we'll be working towards understanding the logic and algorithm behind the solution. After that, we'll be coming back to our Leetcode platform for solving the problem. Let's begin by reading the question. So we are given an array nums containing n distinct numbers in the range 0 to n. Return only the number in the range that is missing from the array. So the first example is that we have given nums, that is 3, 0 and 1 are the elements, and the output is 2 because as you can see there are three elements, 3, 0 and 1, and since there are three elements, so from the range 0 to n, that is 3, our missing number is 2 because 2 is not present in the array. Hence the output 2. And that is also written here in the explanation that n is equals to 3. Since there are three numbers, so all numbers are in the range 0 to 3. And 2 is the missing number in the range since it does not appear in nums. Also, the example 2 is that we have given nums is equals to 0 and 1. So here are two numbers, and for the range 0 to 2, we have the numbers 0, 1 and 2, and 2 is absent. So hence our missing number becomes 2. And here also in the last example, we have given 9 elements, and out of the 9, 8 is missing. And that we are going to see how we are going to find the missing number. Let us take, for example, an array that has the elements 0, 1, 2, or I can say 4 and 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our range for this array will become, as given in the question, is 0 to n, or I can say 0 to 5. Now we have to check that which element is missing. So if I can just use this with another color, and over here we will have numbers in the range 0 to 5 as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what our basic logic on solving the problem is going to be is that first we are going to look at the range that we have given, and we will see n and then calculate the number of elements that are going to be in that range. Then we'll calculate the sum of all the elements that exist from 0 to n. And over here in this case, it's going to be 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. And that is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's going to be 15. So over here, we have the total sum as 15. But in the actual array that is given, we calculate the sum of these elements too. And the sum of all of them will be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 5. And that will be 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 12. And this is 15. So at the end, when we take the difference of both of these numbers, let me use another color. This is going to be 15 and this is going to be 12. And when we subtract both of them, we're going to get 3. And as a result, 3 is the answer that we were looking for. And actually 3 was the element that was missing from the original array that we were given. And so this is going to be our output. Now let's look at the pseudocode for the problem and the basic logic that we have derived. Now over here, first of all, we have to calculate the sum of all the elements that are present in the array. Then we have to look at all the elements that are expected to be in that array and calculate their sum. And at the last, we'll look at the difference, and then the difference will be the required answer that we were looking for. So first, let's begin by taking a for loop, since we have to traverse the whole array and look for the elements. For that matter, we're going to use a for each loop, and we are going to take a variable num, and in the array nums, and over here we're going to just always add the value of our numbers to the actual sum. Okay, so this can also be written as actual sum plus equals to num. And outside our for each loop, we're going to initialize variables that we are going to be using, and that is going to be expected sum and our actual sum. Actual sum is going to be 0, and the expected sum is going to be calculated using a formula. If you have studied in the earlier grades, that n into n minus 1 divided by 2 is the formula for calculating any series of numbers that are one after the other, or 1 to n. So here we're going to use the same formula, divided by 2, and obviously it has to be of the integer, and this is also the integer, and also obviously our n, that is going to be our size of the array that is given. So n will be the size. Expected sum is going to be calculated by the formula that we know, and actual sum we're going to start with 0, and as we go and traverse each element, we're going to be adding the value of num, that is each element, to our actual sum, and that's how we calculate the sum of the elements that are already present, and also the sum of the elements that are expected to be present. And after this, we shall return expected sum minus the actual sum, because that is what is actually going to lead to our final answer. Now we'll be looking at this problem's solution in the terms of code on the platform Leetcode. Here we have our platform, and yeah, so we are given with a function that is missing number, and inside we are given with, wait a second. Here we have our question on the Leetcode platform. So first we are given with the function int missing number and a vector that is nums. So we'll start by creating our variables first. That is int n is equals to nums dot size, and n is basically the size of the nums array. Then we move on to create the another variable, that is expected sum. This is going to be the formula that we already know. This is going to be n minus 1 divided by 2. After this, we are going to calculate our actual sum, and that will be 0 for the starting. Then we move on to our for each loop, wherein we create our num for nums. And inside this, we're going to add our actual sum plus equals to num. And outside this for loop, we're going to return the value of expected sum minus the actual sum. And so here it should be n plus 1. And yeah, now we're going to submit. Run first and then submit. Yeah, we have passed all the test cases that were given to us. Now let's submit it. So yeah, we have solved this problem also. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this and it was you found it helpful, then please like and share. Thank you so much.